This is how to draw an electrical wiring diagram from a completely blank page. No install, no sign up, just a free browser tab. And by the end of this, you'll have a real circuit you can actually simulate. Here's the empty canvas. Watch. I click the symbol, I click the canvas, and that's our first part placed. No dragging shapes off a shelf, no license check. That is the whole loop you're about to learn. Plan it, place it, wire it, label it, check it, and share it. I'll walk you through all 6 of those steps on one simple lighting circuit, start to finish, so you can copy the exact same method for any diagram you need afterward. Step 1, and it's the step almost everyone skips. Plan the circuit before you draw a single line. Here's the trick that makes every wiring diagram easy. No matter how big it looks, it's really just 3 things. A source, that's where the power comes from, a battery, a panel, a breaker. Loads, the things that actually do the work, a light, a motor, an outlet, a fan. And controls, the switches and protective devices in between that turn the loads on and off and keep everything safe. So for our worked example, let's keep it deliberately small. The source is a breaker fed from the panel. The control is a single pole light switch. The load is one light fixture. And we protect and reference the whole thing with that breaker and an earth connection to ground. Say it out loud before you touch the canvas. Source, control, load, protection, earth, and the diagram almost draws itself. 30 seconds of planning on paper saves you redrawing the whole layout later. Now let's build it. Step 2, place the symbols. Down the left is the symbol library, and the free pack is electrical from the very start. These are real wiring symbols. Outlet, single pole switch, 3-way switch, light fixture, circuit breaker, GFCI outlet, junction box, ground, dimmer, smoke and CO detectors, a thermostat. Not generic rectangles you have to guess at. To place one, it's 2 clicks. Click the symbol in the library, then click the spot on the canvas. It snaps to the grid, so everything lines up on its own. Breaker first, that's our source up top. Then the switch, our control to the right of it. Then the light fixture, our load. And a ground symbol down here for our earth reference. For symbols, placed in about 10 seconds, and I never opened a menu or paid for a template. Leave a little breathing room between parts. You'll want space for the wires and next step. This is the same starting point a paid desktop tool gives you, just free and in the browser. Step 3, connect them with wires. And this is where a real wiring diagram beats a rough sketch. Switch to the wire tool up in the toolbar. Now, click the first terminal, click the second, and the tool routes a clean wire between them with proper right angles. No crossing scribbles, no diagonal spaghetti. Breaker out to the switch. Switch out to the light. Light back to the breaker to complete the loop. And the ground tied in for our earth reference. Here's the part that saves you real time later. These wires are live connections, not just lines you drew on top. Grab a component and drag it. Every wire attached to it bends and reroutes on its own and stays connected. Rearrange the entire layout and it stays tidy, so you never have to chase and re-straighten lines by hand. One rule to keep it readable: route wires around your parts, not straight through them, and the whole diagram reads a glance. Step 4, label it and add values. A wiring diagram nobody can read is just abstract art on a wall. Click any component, and its properties panel opens on the right. Give the breaker a rating, say 20 amps. Name the switch, name the light fixture. Then drop a text label on the circuit itself, so anyone who opens this knows the source voltage, the circuit number, the wire gauge, whatever actually matters for the job. Good labels quietly answer 3 questions before anyone has to ask them. What is this part? What is it rated for? And where does it sit in the circuit? That's the difference between a picture and a document an electrician can actually work from. 60 seconds of labeling here saves a phone call or a wrong part later on. Step 5, and this is the one step you simply cannot do on paper or in a drawing-only tool. Sanity check it by simulating. There's a real spice engine built right into the page. Open Simulate, choose DC operating point, and run it. Live node voltages and branch currents appear directly on the diagram. Real numbers computed from the exact wiring you just drew, not a guess. Think of this as your free proofreader. If a connection is wrong, the numbers tell you immediately. A 0 where you expected volts is the single fastest fault report in all of electronics. No multimeter, no smoke, no guessing, and nothing built wrong out in the real world. And if you need behavior over time instead of a single snapshot, transient and AC sweep live in the same dialog. Catch the mistake here, on screen, before it ever costs you a wire or a trip to the store. So that's the full loop on one small circuit. But here's the good news. You don't have to start from a blank page every single time either. This is a real finished house wiring diagram, open straight in the browser. A main breaker feeding 3 separate circuits out to the kitchen, the lighting, and the general outlets, with an earth bus tying it all together. 9 components, 11 wires, already drawn and already labeled. Look at how the wires route pin to pin with clean right angles, and watch when I drag any component, the whole connected web follows it. This is exactly what your own small diagram grows into. The same 6 steps, just with more parts on the page. Study a finished one like this, see how it's organized, then go build yours the exact same way. And the last step, get out the door. Export it. PNG export is free, so you can drop the image straight into a document, a text message, or a permit application. On the free plan, that PNG carries a small watermark. I'd rather tell you that now than have you find out later. The vector formats, SVG, PDF, and DXF for CD, sit on the paid plan. That's the business model, and I'll say it plainly. You can also share a live link, so someone else opens the exact same diagram in their own browser with nothing to install on their end. And one honest note, while we're here, this is a free browser tool for drawing and learning wiring diagrams. It's not a full ECAD package. For house, auto, and hobby wiring, that is exactly the right size, and it's hard to beat for free. So let's lock in the 6 steps, because this really is the whole method, start to finish. 1. Plan it. Source, control, load, protection, earth. 2. Place the symbols on the canvas. 3. Wire them with clean right-angle routes. 4. Label everything and add your values. 5. Simulate to prove the circuit works before you ever build it. And 6. Export it or share the live link. That is how to draw an electrical wiring diagram from scratch. And the only tool you needed was a browser tab. Every diagram you'll ever make, from a single light switch to a whole electrical panel, is just those 6 steps repeated. So don't just watch me do it, go do it yourself. Open the editor, drop in a breaker, a switch, and a light, wire them together, and hit simulate. You'll have a working wiring diagram in under 10 minutes, and it will have cost you nothing. It's at CircuitDiagramMaker.app. No install, no credit card. The link is right there in the description. Subscribe for a new wiring video every week. See you in the next one.